Welcome back to Swamp Go Barbie. Today we got a fun video. We're going to be talking about, is a YFZ 450 reliable? Now this is a 2006 YFZ, so let's dive right into it. Now this is an important detail. As far as aftermarket parts, I haven't really been into this motor, but I do know that it has no big bore kit, but it does have a little bit of a bump compression piston. I don't know how much higher it is in stock, but I do know that we can run pump fuel. We usually run 91 in it and it runs just fine. So the compression is just not insanely high. And then as far as the clutch, we didn't put this on, it came that way. I don't know if that really makes it more reliable or something. I don't actually even know what that does, but it looks really dang cool. Don't ever take it. I just wanna be. It's what you make it. Always try to get it. Don't ever take it. So when we first got this quad, the guy used this for drag racing in the sand dunes. So the motor was just insane. I mean, like, truly insane the way it was built. The compression through the roof so high that we literally had to run 120 octane fuel in it. That's what the Yamaha shop told us whenever we dropped it off with them. But anyway, so when we bought it, it was still like that, and we knew it was going to start blowing head gas. We knew something was going to blow up on it. Sure enough, head gasket blew second right out. So we went ahead and we went mostly stock. And I got to tell you, this motor has ran like a dream. Literally starts at first crank. If any of you know how hot these things run, then I would not be able to grab this right now. Like, this thing has not been started. Watch this. I turn the key on. Like, starts at first crank. I mean, you really can't beat that on one of these four-wheelers. Really impressive. So, I mean, this motor's just run like a dream. The only other thing that we did is we had the carburetor professionally jetted by the shop. And, I mean, really, just no problems with this motor. Always try to give, don't ever take it. So if you're wondering, like, if the top end is how often the top end blows, I mean, so far we're going on 2 years on this top end. Still starts first crank, has compression through the roof. The motors on these things, you just really can't beat them. I think they're insanely reliable. This thing's never run too hot. People give YFZs like a certain amount of hours until the top end's supposed to blow. I mean, just here recently in the last couple of months, we probably put 40 hours on this thing. And I mean, still nowhere at all. Through the past 2 years, we put who knows how many hours, who knows how many miles on this thing. Still it's running like it did the day we got it from the shop. Life has its music, life has its song. Now, since we've had such good luck with this motor, you guys are probably wondering, what does the maintenance look like that we do? As far as coolant, we run this stuff right here, engine ice. The local Yamaha shop said that it's the best, so that's what we run. Really good stuff. Haven't had a single issue with it. As far as oil changes, I know people keep like a little hour gauge on there. I look at the dipstick, I always make sure that it's full before every ride. And then to change it, I just check the dipstick, and if the oil's kind of brown, then I'll just go ahead and change it. I don't ever let it get black. So we go through a lot of oil here, but we change them often. We change it often. Don't let it go long. Air filters, I clean after every ride, no exceptions. Every ride I clean the air filter. Also, if I ever notice that my air filter is extremely dirty, then I'll go ahead and change my oil after that ride. Helps to know that it's got fresh oil in there and that there's not a bunch of sand and crap in there. Also, most of you already know this, but if you don't, you always want to change your oil filter when you change your oil. I didn't know that when I was a little guy, and well, let's just say when I changed my old four-wheeler's oil, I never changed the oil filter into. Rest in peace. Anyways, that's about what our maintenance looks like. Maintenance. Take care of these things and they'll last you a long time. Change your oil before it gets black. check your air filter before every ride. Make sure it's clean after every ride. I'm not going to tell you how many times I've almost left and my air filter's not on. I'm going to cut that out. As far as the question, are YFZ 450s reliable? I think they're extremely reliable. I know I've had friends with YFZs, and they're still running after 2 years. This one's still running after 2 years. I really don't hear people having problems with these. They're probably riding them extreme. I'm pretty easy on this thing, and when it comes to maintenance, always maintenance. It is funny though, as I'm making this video, this thing is actually broken. The back sprocket is completely worn down so much that you actually can't even move on this thing when you give it gas. The chain just spins, which is probably terrible. But anyways, I think that's it for this video, y'all. If you liked the video, leave a like. Comment what your guys' maintenance looks like. I will take tips, and then subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Now, as you can see here, I keep my wheels very nicely polished. Because when it comes to a good running YFZ, wheels are where it's at. Also, people say to run your oil filters. I actually don't even remember which way I put it in there, but people say to run your oil filters the right way that the manual says. I have found that four-wheeler engines like when you turn the oil filter the other way. I've never done that before. I have no idea what happens when you do that, but probably not good. When it comes to a good running four-wheeler, stickers are the way to make them run. When we bought this thing, it was a piece of junk. Actually, the motor was completely blown up. They may look pretty, but when the motor doesn't run, they ain't pretty. Stickers make them run. That didn't make any sense at all. This thing is so insanely hot after just starting it. Oh wait, no, it's not. I thought I felt the heat coming off of it. Never mind, it's nice and cold now, but alright. That's it.